Hopefully everybody's doing great today on this Saturday, this blessed Saturday. Starting the second weekend of football season. No, third weekend of football season. My team, we got a cupcake game today with the Tide. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Already got out and about this morning. We had an 8:45 soccer game. Had a double hitter today, so we got the second one coming up here at 11:45. But I wanted to jump on, get day 2 of the 500K challenge, just talking about real estate investing, raising money. And I wanted to share a story with you guys today. Just what kind of the life cycle of one of my investors, and just the power of proximity, just with one of the deals. So it's no secret, we flip houses, we buy houses and flip houses, and buy rental properties: Panama City, Mobile, Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville. Kind of Alabama is my jam, and then Panama City, Florida, where we got our teams going. But we do all kinds of creative financing with our private investors. We had some of our investors who come in for, like, they follow one individual project for 6 months, and they invest and partner with us on one deal for a single house, whereas that they come in and maybe provide the capital, 30 or 40,000 for the renovation money. Or they may come in, if they're investing with the IRA and they have a couple $100,000, they may come in and give all the acquisition money for, say, buy a house for, we just bought one for 70,000. Or they may fund the purchase price and the renovation money. So like this 70K house we bought a couple weeks ago, some 45,000 rehab. So they may come in and say, hey, I'm gonna give you 105,000, 115,000. I'm sorry, gotta do public math. 115,000, and for the whole project, and I'm gonna give them a 10% return on their money. And so it may take us 4 months, or it may take us 6 months, just depending on the exit strategy. And and they get paid a return on the back end. But with our apartment deal that we bought in Panama City back in 2020, and this one kind of making a shift for like long-term investors, because some of our investors, they want to look at being a buy and hold investor. They want to invest for more long-term deals, so they don't have to pull their money in and out every 6 months and kind of chase deals. And but they want something more steady. And so one of our investors came in. We had the 18-unit apartment building. They had been looking at some of the single-family investments, wanted something more long-term. And so they're like, hey, I approached them, and they wanted to put 20,000 into the apartment deal with us. And I said, yeah, that'll be cool. And we had a conversation. And because the investment return, it was for 2 years, you get a 7% guaranteed preferred return for the first 2 years, and then you get a share of equity on the back end to the tune of 20,000. We were raising a total of 95K, and we split 20,000 amongst everybody, just based off their percentage of contribution to the money that we raised. And so with that, we were able to close the deal. They got their 7% return for those 2 years. Then they got their portion of the 20,000 when we refinanced the property. But the unique side with it was the equity position. He wanted to come in as an equity partner and stay with us long term in the deal, which I was more than happy to oblige. And so he ended up coming on board for 5%. He owned 5% of the apartment building. But guess what? We bought the apartment building for $1,050,000 in 2 years. In only 2 years, after putting in about 70,000 of renovation work. And oh, by the way, 50 of that 70,000 came from the insurance company. It didn't even come out of our pocket. The apartment building appraisal came in at $1.76 million. So over from purchase price to the appraisal value in 2 years, almost 750,000 of appreciation, which, all glory be to God. It wasn't nothing that we planned. We weren't planning. When I went in with the business plan on paper, that we estimated that we would be around 1.5 million on the new evaluation, just where rents are at. Rents are continuing to go up, and it's cash flowing. But now that 5% position of being a long-term investor in a deal versus just doing, the fix and flips and just want to partner with us on a single family property. Now, being a 5% owner of a company that owns a $1.76 million asset. So if you're a 10% owner, you got your position is 170,000. So half of 170,000 is what 80,000, 80-some thousand. So he, of that 1.76, is worth about 80,000 for him. He's already been paid back his original 20,000. He got an additional 7% for those 2 years, and then got an additional 20% when he got that kickback with the equity with refinance. So he made 34% return in 2 years. So 17% each year for 2 years, and now he's still a 5% owner. And so that's just the power of real estate. Whereas he didn't have to do any work. He just, hey, turned over the money, trusted us, reviewed the business plan, liked the business plan, and now, you know, it's continued to be a 5% owner. We refinanced, cashed out, paid off our $95K up front, and now we continue to raise rents. We continue to own this asset. It's continuing to flat cash flow, and they're getting quarterly payments every quarter, getting return on their ownership position. And you know, and that's the great thing with real estate, with these deals, that you don't have to go into real estate by yourself. That you can partner with other people, you can partner with other operators like myself. You know, we buy in Alabama. If you want to find somebody that buys in Georgia, you can find investors that buy in Georgia. You know, vet their process, vet their deals that they're doing, make sure that they're paying out their returns. And then, you know, hey, align with them and say, hey, I want to come in. I like your values, align with my values. And, you know, I want to be a partner on one of your deals. And it's really just that simple. But it takes time to build up the experience to get to where you're at. I'll say one thing that somebody had joined this group, 10X Vets, and one of the gentlemen replied under the comment. He's like, I remember Johnny. Johnny's been hustling since we were butter bars, when we were second lieutenants together. And I thought back about when, you know, reflecting on that. I was like, you know what? I've been talking real estate and been doing this thing for a long time now. That you know, when they really say there's no such thing as overnight success, there's not. That you got to put in the work. You got to continue to show up, and that's what I continue to do. Show up for my investors. You know, with our projects that we do, we continue to lead and be able to remain flexible. I'll tell you guys, you know, with the market right now, with demand is pulled back, we still have a shortage of houses, but buyer demand has pulled back in some areas of the country. One unique thing with Panama City, talking about our market that we invest in, primarily Panama City, that we're bringing in 3,000 families. I know they've been building for the last 3 years after the hurricane, but we're still bringing in 3,000 families. And Panama City is one of the most inexpensive places to come in Florida. And just with the jobs that's coming in there, they're bringing in the cruise port that'll be located there in Panama City, and just all the growth that's projected with the building permits that have already been applied for on the beach side, that there's just enormous growth. The Navy base is growing there on the beach side in Panama City. And so that's what you need to look for when you start looking at markets that you want to invest in. You got to look at good markets where jobs are coming to, where the cost of living is cheap. There's no state taxes in Florida. The weather is great, minus the, you know, your occasional hurricane. But you can't beat the white sandy beaches there on the Gulf Coast that you got there. And so just the location. And so that's the big thing. The airport is growing. You got direct connection flights coming in from Dallas, Atlanta, I think Nashville too. So there's a lot of mobility to get in and out the area. People buying condos there, their second homes and vacation homes, just because the airport is growing and they can get in and out fairly quickly. And so I think that's one of the big things you have to look at with a market. And then you got to find an operator like myself. And there's plenty of us out there that are doing real estate and real estate investing. But you need to make sure that the operator, they know the area, they have processes in place, that they have some experience. I know I've been investing in real estate for 15, 16 years now, since I bought my first place in 2006. And then just continue to moving around the United States. I've seen all kind of real estate markets, from big city, expensive areas like Northern Virginia, DC. We actually just got a property in DC under contract, our first DC property this week. So that's going to be cool. I hadn't had one local where I live since I left Panama City a year and a half. And like now, I built a team up in Panama City that we flip houses virtually. Like I go to Alabama. Now that my mother-in-law's back there, so we go down there probably 2 or 3 times a year. Or if I need to fly down there for something specific, like celebrating some of my students, my coaching students I coach to, some of my coaching students with some of their successes, that I pop in on them in Birmingham and support them. And as that continue to grow too, we're just teaching real estate investing. But you got to be in a good market. You know, we moved around from Newport News, Hampton Roads, Warner Robins, Georgia. There's some things here and there in Atlanta, Mobile, Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville. Lived out in Texas for a year, out in San Angelo, Texas. and you just moving around, that you see a lot of different things and get a lot of different experiences in different real estate markets that you bring to the table with moving around as a military veteran. And I encourage everybody, especially military, we won't talk about the VA loan, but that'll be another video that I'll just talk about how I was able to level up my real estate portfolio by leveraging my VA loan and just that whole experience, because that alone kind of it set the foundation for everything that I'm doing as a real estate investor now. Stepping out, buying foreclosures with my VA loan, and being able to buy property and to level up. But that's one of the things, you know, with the 500K challenge. We're closing on a 40-unit apartment building next Friday. May slip into the next week. We just hopefully if we get declared close on Tuesday next week, we'll be able to close this same week. But if not, it may slip to the next week. But that's going to be awesome. A 40-unit down in Alabama. We have a 12-unit property there, kind of next door to that one that we have under contract, and as well as that we have a 44-unit there. All those in Montgomery, by the way, Montgomery, Alabama. So we're doing some great things there with just the partnerships that we have with our property management company. I'm super excited. Our property manager, we had a meeting with them this week, and they got 5,000 doors that they manage across 3 states in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. So I'm like super excited just with the level of experience and the processes and systems. Because if you have a property management company that has all those systems, experience, that's who you want to bring on your team. You want to have great operators, because now I can sleep at night. I'm 15, 16 hours away. I had to be able to sleep at night. And so, you know, having a phenomenal property management company down in Montgomery is going to be phenomenal with these 96 doors that we're going to have there, where I don't have to be there. I can manage the project from afar, touch base with them on a bi-weekly or monthly basis, probably after we get everything going. We're executing the business plan and we get a good rapport with one another. But I'm super excited. But that's the power of real estate, and being able to put your money at work, let your money work, invest it. And I'm a true believer of that, because the more you can make your money work, the less that you have to work. And if you're not making your money work, then you're gonna be working the rest of your life. And that's the secret. They don't teach us this. They don't teach us that in school. And you know, if you hadn't got my book, I'll share the link down there. But and I talk about that, about how I went to college, had an electrical engineering degree, had a minor in math, I got a minor in physics, and they didn't teach me anything about finance, about how the economy works, how real estate works, how credit works. They didn't teach me any of that stuff, and I had to pick all that up after school. But luckily, you know, the Lord put the right people in my plate, in my circle, where I could learn, and I was willing to learn. But that's what you want to do with investing, that you got to learn. And that's one thing that's unique about Operation Invest, that we have passive real estate investing opportunities, but we teach real estate investing too. Whereas that we just don't say, hey, give me your money, invest your money with me. But no, we have a teaching arm where we actually educate people on real estate investing, on how the process, how I actually execute my business, how I put my business in a box and just share how we market, how we get deals, how we work and partner with realtors, with brokers, with motivated sellers, people going through divorce, people going through probate when a loved one passed away, people that's in pre-foreclosure, people that are tired landlords that have property that's been damaged and they want to sell it as is. I share all of how we go through that process and how we analyze and evaluate our deals, so people can be educated. Because when you're educated, you have knowledge and power, and you can be better informed to make better decisions for your portfolio, for your family. Because all this stuff, it's all about building generational wealth. And everything that I'm doing now, I'm doing it for my grandkids. My oldest child is 9 years old. And, you know, the decisions that I'm making now, it's like, okay, how am I impacting them? What am I putting in place? Whereas that they can kind of step into this thing and be able to not miss a beat. And so that's kind of the discussions that you got to have. But you got to start from somewhere. And so if you're interested in real estate investing, definitely reach out to me. Let me know. Shoot me a message on here on Facebook. Shoot me a DM. I'll send you a link to my calendar. And, you know, we can have a discussion, kind of see what your real estate goals are, and just kind of go through that strategy session and just let you know, hey, this is how we do business. You know, these are the type of houses that we invest in, because I don't do luxury real estate. I do worker class, blue collar houses, the bottom of the market. I won't say the bottom of the market, but at the starter home entry part of the market for homeowners. Whereas that in Birmingham, you know, our average house that we sell is going to be between $150,000 to $200,000. We're not selling $400,000 or $500,000 houses. We're doing starter homes in nice, safe communities, and And that's my jam. That's what we do. That's what we do really, really well, because it's just a whole nother level that comes with the luxury. And some people, they're good at it, but for me and my virtual setup and how I like to do business, it doesn't work for us. And yeah, but that's what we do, and kind of share our business model, how we do our returns, how we put our projects out there for our investors to come in and vet the deals and approve, and just see, hey, are we a good fit? And then just understand your goals, and then from there, if you're a good fit for the company, we'll get you enrolled where you can start seeing all our deals that come on our private portal. Because we don't blast those out and advertise to everybody. That we have to vet all our private investors up front first, and then once you come into our investor community, you'll be able to see all our deals. But I encourage you, let's have that conversation. Let's get you approved and come on into the investor portal where you can start seeing our real estate deals, and we can help you put your money to work and continue to grow your net worth, continue to help you diversify your portfolio, and get into some real estate and the cash, because the name of the game is cash flow. At the end of the day, you got to have that cash flow. You got to build up that residual income. What's up, E-Kid? I see you there, man, with the thumbs up. If you're looking for a mortgage broker, you're looking for a loan to buy your first house there in Birmingham, reach out to definitely Eric Kidd. He's been closing a lot of deals. He gets them done. He's creative and knows all the programs you need. So if you're looking for a mortgage in Alabama, Georgia, I think he does Florida too, then definitely reach out to him. And he can help you on the mortgage side for a personal residence or investment property. I've been talking a lot. I haven't been able to drink my tea at all. What's up, Clayton? I see Clayton on here too. Yeah, we got to catch up too, man. But yeah, real estate investing. It changed my life. It changed my life. It's been up and down, but like they say in the church where I grew up, that the good days definitely outweigh the bad days by a long shot. Because it's literally one day at a time, and the more that you take action, that the more you can reciprocate and be able to come out on top. So just wanted to share that with you guys. 500K challenge, we're going through that. We're raising money for deals. If you want to get into real estate investing, you want to put your money to work, you got lazy money in the IRA, you got money just sitting around that's in the bank, in a CD, in a savings account, give me a call. Let's talk about some different strategies where you can get a higher return, where you can get 8% return on your money. Or if you want to get an apartment deal, we can help you get 8% return, and then having a nice, healthy equity share on the back end of the deal, and get that cash flow. And then when we look to refinance or sell in the future, that you'll get a good lump sum, get all your principal back, and then just roll off to the next deal. Or, hey, do whatever you want to do. If you're in retirement, I'm all about, you got to experience, and don't save everything up. I save a lot for my grandkids and everything, but you got to live too. So if you want to go and reward yourself with some of that residual income, you do that too. But that's the thing. You just got to be growing. You grow some of it, and then take that money that you make off the money working for you and play with it, have fun, travel, get experiences. That's what it's all about. That's what real estate is all about. It's all about accomplishing time freedom, where you can get your time back, because that's what it is. It's no need to just work and be in a cubicle for 40, 50 hours to take 2 days off just to go do it again so you can pay the bills. I know God didn't put me on this earth for that. And that's why I love serving with the Air Force. Even though I make more money outside the Air Force than what they pay me, I'm still there because, one, I'm going to retire in 3 years. And two, I love to serve and be able to pour back into junior officers. I tell you, I coach real estate and teach real estate, but I'm a coach for the agency I work with too. I coach junior officers, junior employees to increase their effectiveness, be able to help them round out professionally. And so that's part of it, that I actually live and breathe this stuff, that I'm not just on here talking about it and just kind of cliches and doing it, but no, I literally live this coaching lifestyle and pour into people and mentor people for a living, literally. And it's been a blessing just to be able to pour into other people and help other people achieve their dreams and realize their dreams that they didn't even know that they had until they actually stop and take a look and see what they want to do and accomplish in life. So it's never too late to get started. So that's it for today. Roll Tide. We kick off at 4 o'clock. Got to always get that in there, let you guys know. With Bama Nation over here, we got to actually get out here for 11:45 for J3's second game, the soccer game. Hashtag soccer dad. And Yeah, y'all be blessed. Shoot me a DM if you're interested in real estate investing. We got some great opportunities coming up on the multifamily side and on the single family side too. So just shoot me a DM. We'll get you connected. We'll have a quick conversation, and then that way we can get you plugged in so you can see all these deals on my private investor portal. And y'all be blessed and have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.